10-1 versus 8-3. Two D1 powerhouses collide as the Perrysburg Yellow Jackets play host to Olentangy, Berlin. Both teams, spearheaded by their running attack, will look to dominate the line of scrimmage. And as our Mike Jewell explains, the more physical team will come out on top.
The 8-3 Olentangy Berlin Bears heading to Perrysburg to take on Dirk Connor's Yellow Jackets in big time D1 football, week 2 of the playoffs. Last week, we saw a gritty effort by Perrysburg in a tough rematch football game against the Findlay Trojans. And I'm going to go back to the Findlay Trojans a little bit later in this analysis. Games like that are what the essence of D1 football in Ohio is. Close, tough, defensive-minded games. You want your offense to make the plays, and Perrysburg made just enough to take the win, and the defense got the rest done. Great job, Perrysburg. Now it's the Bears. Physical, grinding football game that helped you grow and develop as a team last week, especially when you already know who you are. Connor Wallenczak, TJ Tackett, and Jack Bohr are the ball-carrying, throwing, and catching playmakers for Perrysburg, and all three came through in moments, despite not playing their best overall game. It's very difficult to beat a talented football team like Findlay twice in the same year, and Perrysburg will learn a great deal from the second win. It's also a huge plus, now that you won, to play an intense, all-out 4 quarters in the first round, especially if it's been a while since you've done it. Now, respond and reload for week 2, and the Berlin team coming off a 42-24 rock-solid win over Delaware Hayes. Harrison Brewster's the real deal at quarterback for the Bears, a dual threat, ran for 232 yards and 3 touchdowns, passed for 134. Gavin Moore, Grant Zimmerly, and that offensive line will look to set the tone against what I see as a solid Bears defensive front. I expect Wallenczak to have a big night. Still a huge threat as a receiver as well as a runner. But the key this week is tactics. I love the balance of the Perrysburg offense, and the quarterback must challenge the Berlin secondary and keep that extra defender out of the box. Perrysburg is the old, grizzled veteran of D1 playoffs this game. That's new. Berlin is in their first season in the highest division. So set the tone early, Jackets. Get that first hit and approach this game with aggressive patience. Brewster, he's a really strong runner, but a lot of his 232 yards came from passing plays that broke down. So Perrysburg must not just pressure the quarterback, but get to him and finish the play with a swarming, suffocating presence. The little I saw on film shows me a team that's very similar to the Findlay Trojans. So that killer instinct that analyst John Gibson spoke of last week is just as relevant this week. Perrysburg wants to set the tone early with big drives to start this game, use that balanced attack and that skill set to absolutely attack the weak links of Berlin. It's playoff football. Set the tone, impose your will from the opening snap, and always remember who you are. Connor Wallenczak, tough, strong, TJ Tackett, Jack Bohr, Grant Zimmerly. These seniors have meant so much to the Perrysburg football tradition. Lean on them, get after it, and get that win in week 2 of the playoffs. Good luck, Dirk and the Perrysburg football team.